It was a big night last night for Rockford Lutheran as they win the Big Northern West title, beating Mendota 75-42. Thomas Kopelman had 26 points, and he also broke the 2,000-point barrier. And first of all, Thomas, congratulations on the win and the title in the Big Northern West.
Yeah, thank you.
When you won last night, was that more important, or was the 2,000-point more important to you think?
Oh, the conference was definitely more important. We've had some really good teams in the last few years, but we've never been able to win a conference ever, and that's always been my goal. So that was definitely more important to me.
Now, the 2,000 points, you scored 26, you only needed 13. You just wanted to make sure you got that 2,000 last night and got that all over with?
Yeah, I really wanted to win my 2,000s on my senior night. I think it made it more memorable, but I really was just hoping to win, and that's what came first.
It was senior night. How tough was that to kind of finish your home career last night?
Well, actually, we still have a home game on Friday against Vago. But, yeah, it was definitely an emotional night. I mean, played a lot of games at Lutheran in the last 4 years, and to kind of see the time come that I only have one more, it's pretty sad, but still hopefully have a lot left in the season.
Tell us about that 2,000 point. How did you get it, and what was taking place at the time?
Well, we ran a play where I got a screen from Nate and got a switch on the big guy, so I kind of got a little bit of space and pulled up for three and made it.
Making a three, that's you, so that's a good way to do that too, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last record I broke I did on a free throw, so I was a little bit happier that I made a three, which I'm known for, so made it a little bit more memorable.
Sounds like Coach Goosey wanted you to get that record last night too.
Yeah, he's a big supporter of mine. He's a great coach. He's really helped me get to where I'm at.
You know, and I think he's given you, I've seen you play a couple times at Jefferson MLK tournament. He gives you a lot of opportunity to create points and also run that offense a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He gives us a lot of freedom. He really coaches us on defense and obviously gives us plays and stuff on offense, but he lets us play a lot, and, it works, so.
Do you remember your first point, Thomas?
Yeah, I remember my first, real point. My freshman year, we played against Milledgeville. I didn't really count that, but we played against Byron, and I came in the third quarter and hit a three. Didn't really play very much, but...
Wow, that's pretty good. You played all 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And was 2,000 points ever in your consideration when you started your career at Lutheran?
Probably not. Probably going into my freshman year, I didn't really think I was good enough to play my freshman year. Then I ended up doing it, and then it became my goal that I wanted to be the leading scorer and do whatever I could to get there.
You've had some great teammates over the 4 years too.
Yeah, some really great teammates. Tavius and Terrence and Derek and Nate now and James and Joe. We've had a lot of really good players in the last 3 years.
You know, you look back, you also broke the career scoring mark at Lutheran, and that meant a lot to the school and to you. How much did it mean to you to break that, become the all-time leader?
It was really cool. It's not as cool as getting down to state and winning conference and all that stuff, and hopefully more that we create this year, but it's still a really cool memory. Get my name up on the sign over in the gym, and it's just cool to be able to come back and see that stuff later on.
I know we haven't started a tournament yet, but if you would say right now, what was one of your highlights so far in your career, Thomas?
Definitely was going down to state my sophomore year. Hopefully we can do that again this year. It'll be tough, but we're going to try to get prepared to do that. You know,
all year long, I saw you at that MLK tournament. You played a really good New Trier team. They're an excellent team, bigger school. But I remember in that game, they kind of did a box and one on you, and they put a guy on you that was really kind of talking to you and pushing to you. Have you seen a lot of that this year, too?
Yeah, a lot. It gets really frustrating, but something we just have to play with. A lot of teams have started to do it, but we just got to get used to it and find a way around it.
Well, you did a pretty good job against that guy, but he was right in your face that whole time. Do you ever have little conversations as you're playing?
Sometimes, not usually against that, because I'm usually really frustrated. But, they did a really good job. New Trier was a really good defensive team.
Yeah.
But, my team still found a way to get me open, so...
You know, now you're getting ready. You'll be graduating after the tournament, hopefully a state championship like you mentioned. Then you're going on to play college basketball. Tell us about that and where you're going and what you hope to do when you get there.
Yeah, I'm going to play basketball at Minnesota State, and they're a really strong program. So my goal and their goal is to win a national championship, win conference, and just really have a really good 4 years.
How did it come down to Minnesota State for you, Thomas?
Well, I had it down to there in Lindenwood, in Dartmouth, and a few others, and I kind of decided I was going to be able to go play Ivy League, but I was like, I don't really, the schooling is great, basketball's not so good, and I wasn't, like, as big on those schools as I was on Minnesota State, so I was like, I really like the players, so it kind of just came down to I like the coaches and the players there best, where I felt I would have the most fun and enjoy college the most there.
And your mom and dad will have a chance to see you play a little bit more, too, instead of going out on the East Coast or something.
Yeah, because, Minnesota's only about 5 hours from here.
So what did they tell you that you're going to be doing when you get to Minnesota State? What's your role going to be right away?
Well, they only have one other shooting guard that will be back next year, so they said as long as I work hard, I can get a lot of minutes, look to shoot a lot, hopefully, get some shots, and, if I work really hard and prove myself, there's always a chance I can start, but we'll have to see.
And Rockford's produced some pretty good basketball players. Brock Stahl's going to UW Milwaukee. Of course, Fred Van Fleet at Wichita State. Do you think that helped a little bit in your recruiting, that they knew about Rockford and some of the players it was producing?
Yeah, I would say so. Fred is doing some amazing things, and Brock, we were on the same AAU team, so we've played together the last 3 years, and it's been great.
Well, that's a lot of potential right there when you guys played. How'd you do in AAU when you played together?
We actually did really good. It was me and him, and Joe Byers from Belvedere was on our team too, and Ryan Swigger from Bago. We didn't really have any big guys, but we did a really good job. We played the number one team in the nation, only lost by 12.
So basically, you've been happy with your high school career. You get ready for college, and are you getting excited for that next move?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for college. At the same time, I don't want high school to end, obviously. I really enjoyed my time at Lutheran, the coaches and the players, but I'm still really excited to see what comes in the future.
We've been talking to Thomas Kopelman, who got 2,000 points last night. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's going to Minnesota State. Thanks for the time, and congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
For the StatelineSportsHub.com, this is Dave Schmidt.